Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Here we go. Here we go. Like, oh my God. It's like a magnet. When I switch this on, it's like a magnet. It's like a magnet, honestly. So, for those in Costa del Sol, did anybody learn anything last night? Did anybody learn anything today?
I'm proud of it at the consulate. We had to, when it was really, well, we were. We said,
Jesus Christ. Okay. It's like a magnet. As soon as I switch it on, it's like a magnet. It was so quiet when I came in here. Literally, there was nobody here. It was so quiet. Now everybody's talking. Everybody's sat round. There is definitely an energy with truth. When truth is spoken, when you're about to share something, I've said this in the Pure Energy Healing Academy for 2 decades now. When you start to shine your light, you will be attacked. You will be, people will stop you any way they can, whether it's judging you, whether it's belittling you, whether it's physically attacking you, whether it's just doing anything to throw you off your path. This happens. The great question is, do we live on a planet which we call hell, or do we call this heaven? It's a great question. Don't start. Oh, don't start. Don't start. Don't start. Relax, chill. It's all good. It's all good. Mrs. Protector, she's only doing a job. I understand it was a chihuahua. So, yeah. So last night, the night before, so many people didn't realise, but they got this horrific sound frequency, pure evil, coming through the screen with no consent whatsoever by me to say that you can send evil, harmful frequencies that cause cancer and sickness and illness and the energy of fear into people. It didn't affect me only at first, and then I made a video actually yesterday explaining what the feeling that I went through and how I reacted to that frequency. But there's a lot of people here in Spain, in the Costa del Sol, that freaked out, especially the elderly community who have no idea what energy is and what frequency is and how harmful it can be. And they just freaked out and they curled up in a little ball and they went back into the same vibration frequency when they were told that everybody was going to die of a virus, right? So you guys probably already know this, but whenever the government does anything, whenever the government sends any frequency, whenever the government ever tells you anything, you know now the best thing to do is completely ignore it and laugh at it, because it's the opposite way around. In fact, I was only saying to a friend of mine this morning that it's probably more harmful when you never hear anything from the government, because they're planning their devious tricks to cause issue. You know, so if they are going to cause huge issue, you'll never know about it because they won't want you to know. But they will send you fear when nothing really major will ever happen. And it's the game that they play. It's not the government per se. The government are stupid, numpties that work in there with no brain cells whatsoever. They're absolutely lack of consciousness, completely have no idea what love or compassion is, or help or healing or taking care of people. People who work in the government predominantly are just monsters. They're just pure evil. They don't come from the same place as us. They come from a different part of this universe. And they feed from fear. They feed from suffering. They feed from greed. That's what they are, most of them. And completely nil and void of consciousness. They don't even understand what that means. They don't understand what empathy means. They only pretend that they understand what it means because they've learnt about it in the brain, but they have no consciousness inside them. They don't have that empathy and love. They don't understand that. They just mimic what they see other people with love and consciousness are. So, we're kind of fooled because we wear the same costume as they do, which we call a spacesuit, this body. But inside, these monsters are nothing like us. And people just don't see that. They don't see it. And then they scratch their head wondering why another human being can do such terrible things. My friends, they do terrible things because they're nothing like you. They come from a different part of this solar system, a different space, a different spirit, a spirit with no consciousness in the sense of no love, no compassion, no healing. Their love of power, their love of pain and suffering, that's their God, that's their energy, that's their frequency. Our frequency is of love, kindness, caring, sharing, giving, helping, rescuing, doing all the good things in the world and not wanting to hurt anybody. These monsters have no clue to what that is. That's just, to them, that's evil. That's evil to them. No, we have to hurt people. We have to cause pain. We have to kill people. We have to do all these bad things. We have to hurt them in any way we can. That's their normal. That's their normal go-to. That's their energy. That's where they come from. That's their frequency. But people just don't see it. Because, oh no, they're like you and me. They're nothing like you and me. There's nothing inside there that's like you and me at all. So the government is controlled by these monsters that come from a different place. And that's why you're always wondering why they do everything they can to hurt you, to penalise you, to mock, ridicule you, to tell you you're nothing, you're nobody, to take away your power in any way they can, to poison you every day by putting legalised poisons on the shelves. All of these things make no sense when you look at your life and your friends and your family. But when you look at the monsters that I speak of that are not like you and I, that are inside these bodies, that do these things out of their normal day. That's their normal day, to cause pain and suffering. To steal as much as they can from you, to do as much as they can to imprison you and enslave you. It's a normal day to them. That's why they're in the places of power. You heard these monsters like talking. Did you ever hear that monster who has just nobody loses the election, by the way. They're put there for a reason, always. No matter how the game show looks, no matter how the stage show seems to be like it's all free and it's not rigged and all that, the right people are always put in the right place. Always. And then you've got all these companies, these new up-and-coming podcasters, dragging you into politics all the time, telling you who's wonderful and oh my God, what's going to happen now, and it's just bringing you into a game, pulling you into the system, pulling you into the game. The world will never change if all we do is focus on the system, if we give power to the system. But the thing is, you're never going to change the power-hungry monsters that come from a different part of this universe than you and I. That's the way it is, unfortunately. So there you go. Enjoy your life. Do your best. Do things around you that makes a difference to your friends and family. Do things that make a difference in the world so that you can look back on your life and just say, wow, I did my best. You know, don't fall for the lies of government. Don't fall for the lies of your local government. Don't fall for your lies of your politicians. Don't fall for the lies of any companies that try and pull you in and tell you what you should and shouldn't do. With consciousness doesn't tell you what you should and shouldn't do. Consciousness doesn't do that. Those that share information, those that guide, they don't tell you what to do, what you should do. They say, this is what I do, and figure it out for yourself. That's a true guide. Figure it out for yourself. I just posted something on Instagram where it's a young girl learning how to box, and the guy keeps pushing one hand up to cover her face so she doesn't get punched in the face. And he does it 2 or 3 times, and then he turns around, looks at everybody else, and they all agree that she needs to learn. And the only way she's going to learn, because she keeps putting her hand down, is by way of him hitting her on her face. So he hits her hard on her face and she falls down. Guess what? She learned a hard lesson, a valuable lesson, a hard lesson. Sometimes those lessons are important, and maybe that, you know, that there is some truth in the fact that we sometimes have to go through such pain to wake up to the reality of what's happening in this world. And I get that to a degree. I do get it, and I understand it. So when we talk about, you know, how to heal from certain things, how to avoid certain things, how to be, you know, the wisdom that you receive from those who have been through the pain and suffering, there is no guarantee that they will understand. There's no guarantee that they'll awaken. There's no guarantee that they will implement anything that you know, you and I will share to people. There's no guarantees. All we can do is share that information from the bottom of our heart of what we've learned and the suffering that we've been through and what we've seen. And from there we can share that information by saying, look, I've been through this before. They're doing it again. You know, you've been through this before. Why are you falling for it again? You've just been through 4 years of your life being told that 800 million people are going to die of a virus. No, they didn't die of a virus, and that never happened. But you're still living in it. You're still listening to the same people who are telling you that, you know, we're going to have massive floods and lock your doors and close your house and be in fear and worry. Literally here now, there are so many really unfortunate elderly community who are absolutely crapping themselves. They've locked themselves up, they've closed the doors, they're in fear, they're shaking because they believe the same system that told them that 800 million were going to die of a virus. And they believe anything that they're being told. They believe the government. There's another shingles outbreak coming through. How many? You need your jabs. Come on. And there's communities coming together and talking to each other about how many jabs they've had. Shingles. No, you don't have one. You need one, and then another one, then another one. And you're listening to these communities talking about this, and it's like, when do they ever learn? And they don't. And we shake our heads and wonder why. What's the point, Mark? What's the point of even saying anything? For those that understand. Those that don't will never. And then you come back to this original conversation that, well, you had to wake up some point, didn't you? Didn't I wake up at some point? So I guess ultimately that's why we keep talking. That's why we keep feeling so sorry for people and feeling bad for people who are not awake and are falling for the very same monsters that are creating this. And yet we still talk about it daily, even though we're penalised, we're laughed at, we're mocked at, people slander us, people say that we're negative. Why don't you talk positive? And I do. I talk positive every day. I do my best to have a nice mixture of positive and negative. You can't have all fluffy games and circuses and stage shows. You've got to have also truths. So, you know, we speak about health, we speak about what to eat, what best to stay away from. But yeah, it's very hard to get it right. It's very hard to find the balance, because if somebody's in a bad place and they're watching this, then they're going to be negative and say awful things. And if somebody's not not even aware of any of these things, they're going to think it's crazy. So it is what it is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter what people say. You just know that truth has to prevail over everything. If you're a person who gets so upset about what people think, then maybe you want to just channel your work in a different way, channel it in a way of love, and do other things. Don't just do what I do other things, make a difference in other ways. Be kind and caring and sharing, and when you start to give truth, make sure you give it in a way that doesn't slap that person right in the face, like the one I've just said, the video I've just said, because some people aren't ready for that slap, right? But it's interesting days right now. So many people are disheartened at this moment, and I get messages every day. So many people are feeling terrible and sick and ill. So many people are feeling as if they're being attacked by negative energies and spirits and all of the above. It's all happening day by day. It's all by design. It's all being created by the very monsters that rule this world and run this world. So please watch my videos on how to cleanse and clear yourself daily. It's so important, so important. You can, even after cleansing, you can be attacked in so many ways, but you have to keep your energy high as you can. So that's, I'm sorry I'm talking quiet, but there's still people around, so I can't speak any louder. It's so get yourself out there, heal, go to Mother Earth, cleanse yourself, use the right products, sage, Palo Santo, use certain crystals to bring the frequency of healing into your system. This is important. What am I wearing this morning? Morsitsi. Beautiful, powerful crystal. Keeps entity away for sure. Lily absolutely loves that crystal. Loves it. Great energy. So yeah, it's been a lovely, yesterday was lovely, beautiful yesterday. Even though it was raining heavy, it was beautiful, and I love the rain, and it's filled our wells, and we've got more water now. And is it El Churro? The lakes are rising now, which is all beautiful. More water, would you rather have more water or less water? So we'd rather have more water. And if you know anything about rainfall, downpour here in the Costa del Sol, 20 years ago it used to rain every night around 6 o'clock, right the way through the night, all the way through the night till the next morning, and it was so beautiful. Oh, now if that happens, they get warning alerts. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So here we are, there you go. Welcome to Banana Kitchen. Somebody needs a comb. I bet I didn't bring it, did I? Or maybe I did. Yeah, watch me comb my little Lily's hair. So there you go. What are you all doing today? I hope I haven't peed you off. I hope I haven't upset you guys. It was never intentional to upset anybody, just to share what's going on right now. It's true what I said. If your government's telling you something to do, if your government's warning you about something, just sit back and relax, because you know everything's okay. It's when they don't tell you when you have to be worried what they're planning next. That's the truth. Not that I'm wanting to put fear into you if they don't tell you anything. It's just a metaphor. It's just a way to think about, the way it is. And dear Cecilia mentioned this morning, it's just the fact that people are frightened of death. And it's so true. So true. Do you have a fear of death? I don't, because I know there is no such thing as death. This is more hell than heaven. Where I come from, my home world that I speak to, my family that are around all the time, my friends who are in our home world, our home. That's our home. This isn't our home. We're just on vacation, or we could be on trial. I don't know, one or the other. But some people talk about a prison world. It surely seems that way more and more. And the nice thing is that people are actually saying that we were more in prison 30, 40 years ago because we didn't really know what was happening in this world. And to a degree that's true. That's true to a degree. However, we were still free to walk our area. We were kids. We used to play on our bikes at 10, 9, 8 years old. We used to go out and enjoy life. And so they say it was a prison back then, but it didn't seem like a prison. It seemed like we were understanding life. We were learning what life is, and we were free. Now kids can't even go out. The mothers and fathers are being prosecuted for even letting the kids cross the road to get a sweet or something like that because they're bad parents. And then the ¿Qué pasa, chica? Okay, calm down. She's so protective these days. Mummy isn't here, so Mummy's away at the moment, so she's so protective. So, yeah. Okay. Chill, woman. So, what we did yesterday is for our clients at Bajerski.com, we did a Christmas. We're doing a Christmas raffle. So all the clients who go to Bajerski.com every day, week, month. Okay, I better go. It's really, really loud now. I'm wishing you all a lovely, lovely day. Have a great day. Take care, guys. Bye for now. Ciao, ciao. Thanks for being here.